Okay, there we go. Okay, my intermission ended and I wasn't paying attention. I deserve that. Okay, I'm sorry. So outside of starting the stream by slapping myself in the face. Okay, it looks like things are going a lot better. In case you're wondering, the stream is actually done with two reasons. Number one, I kind of wanted to polish up Webleems' engine. Should I do something about that explosion of clothes inside the corner? I mean, I think I had, like, big laundry put down on my list of things to do for GMTK. I think I now know why. Does that look better to you guys? Okay, now, after starting my stream like that, yeah, it still looks ugly over there. I cleaned sorry, I did clean up my room, and I got it a lot more cleaner than this. And fortunately, something happened, or either that depression kicked back in, and it got dirty again, so, yeah. Fun, isn't it? Anyway, hopefully you guys can hear me. Oh, let's check. Ugh, I got my other computer up here and running. This way I can manage the chat and also anyway. Yeah, and check the audio and such. Make sure that there is nothing bad going on or anything like that. Let's see. Always on top. There we go. I'm glad that Linux has that feature. Wish Windows had it. You have to download a third-party app to do it on Windows. It sucks. I was like, oh wait, did my computer freeze up again? Oh no, the NVIDIA driver's catching up again. Look. If anything, I am ready to rip out the NVIDIA card on my Dell XPS 8700 and flip it for a AMD card now, because I am getting sick and tired of having to put up with NVIDIA's stuff. Better make sure people know that I'm also recording and live and all that other stuff. And yes, I am wearing flannel pants. Anyway, so yeah. Alrighty then. Okay, so anyway, hello my fellow viewers and subscribers. I haven't been able to say that all live stream. This is Supercholatemilkshake and I'm back here with another live stream. And yes, this is exactly what it says it is. I am just trying to polish up some things with my engine, trying to get a few templates working here and there before GMTK, because look, I know templates are allowed. I've used them before. Granted, as long as most of the code is done within the jam itself, it should be fine. So... And besides that, I mean, like, what is Unity, Unreal, and Game Maker, and, oh, what was it called again? I know there was, like, one that, wasn't... Game Mechanic, I think? No, there was one game engine out there that was... okay, never mind. What are those engines but templates? You know? I mean, they all have, like, a predefined structure just within whatever you use, and some of them, heck, I think some people even programmed some predefined structure inside them, too. So, anyway. Alright. But first of all, I think I want to talk about this first before I really dive into anything else. So, I'm going to be switching over to Monitor 1, and I'm going to be showing off my Discord here real quick, because I am hosting a vote right now, and right now there is a three-way tie. I am encouraging people to vote for which costume works out best for you, because there is a three-way tie in between the Shake of Elm Street, the Zombie Shake, and yes, you can vote for this on my own Discord server too if you want. So if you have a costume that you really want to win, then yeah, vote for it now. So like I said, there is the Shake of Elm Street, the Zombie Shake, the Scarecrow Shake, and the Clown Shake right now. I voted for the Shake of Elm Street because you can do that on Discord. You can vote with your own polls, but on YouTube you cannot. Somebody voted for the Zombie Shake, And then on YouTube, let's see. Here it is. Okay, on YouTube, somebody voted for the clown shake. I mean, look, if this is going to be how it's going to be, then I'm going to pick the least popular one on Wednesday, and it's going to be the Scarecrow Shake that wins. Okay? So if you don't want the Scarecrow Shake winning for the third round, then please pick a shake that is other than the Scarecrow Shake and try to boost its popularity, whether it be the Clown Shake, the Zombie Shake, or the Shake of Elm Street. I kind of picked the Shake of Elm Street because I thought it was kind of fitting because I already have a shake for Friday the 13th. So, yes, I figured I'd get that out of the way right now. Okay, I think I better get this back into my tabs here. And you know what? I think I should probably put on some background music, because I think it might liven up the atmosphere, brighten up the mood, and maybe keep you guys a little more interested, eh? Okay, down. There we go. Here's my code. Alright, so... I think I have... Yes, I do. The soundtrack to Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story. Actually, good soundtrack. Oh, better unmute my desktop, too. There we go. Now we don't have to listen to it through the speakers. You can listen to it direct. Hopefully it's coming through direct. Oh! Give me a second. Gonna test this out on my own PC. Oh! Give me a second. Okay. Sorry, I have a big old speaker down here that, granted, is not the best for speakering, but it's more of a guitar amplifier, really. Did I? Okay, good. No, I did not freeze it up. Again, sometimes I am keeping my eye on this other PC here. So, yeah, if you chat anything, I'll probably see it more than likely, because I am making sure that this PC does not lock up again. Because I've had it lock up multiple different times yesterday when trying to just use it. I hate NVIDIA. NVIDIA sucks. I think NVIDIA started sucking, like, for me, personally, when they started sucking for everybody else, you know? It was, like, shortly after they released the 40 series, and, I think I bought, like, well, no, actually, I bought the 1650 before they started sucking. Because it was the more upgraded version with DDR5, I believe. It was a faster version of the RAM. It was DDR5 or DDR6, I forget which one it was, but... like I said, it was a more upgraded version, and honestly, it seemed like a pretty good deal because it was like under $200, so who would say no to that? And it looked like it would work perfectly for the PC that I already had set up, so... And now it's like I now use a zombified Frankenstein HP with a different motherboard, an AMD Ryzen 5, and an Intel Arc A700. A750, not A700, A750. It's not the most top-of-the-line card, but it's certainly decent for what it is. I mean, even though, granted, I bought the A750 just before they released the B series. Look, you guys don't need to tell me how stupid I am, okay? And this music is perfect! Anyway. Alrighty then, so... I'm going to talk about what I got currently going on so far. So far, I actually had to do some adjustments with this. Basically, I have it set up so that if there is no texture loaded whatsoever... Actually, I have the load texture set as a different parameter. If there's no texture loaded, then of course it will set up a whole slew of colors to display instead of textures for the blocks. And if there is a texture loaded, then in that case, there will be, well, the texture. I thought that was a clever setup for what I was doing here. So, you know what? You could have one set of textures, and you could have the blocks and such for testing purposes, and then the texture for, like, more of the final product, so you can switch them in and out. I thought that was a fairly decent idea at the time. Granted, I don't know my odds of completely going with it, but it works for now. it works for what it is. Alright, I'm also going to show you off some of this. There we go. Okay, why is this lagging so badly? Hopefully it's not going to crash. There we go. Also, when it comes down to it, I do need to make some adjustments to the memory thing because I don't want to necessarily remember all these numbers. Right now, it works for temporary reasons, but, you know. And I know I could just write down each and every one of these, but honestly, I'm a developer and I am lazy. Okay? So anyway, basically this is what I have currently set up so far for, well, what I'm working on. Basically, it's just a test of textures. I also kind of wanted to test out slopes, and sure, they're not perfect, and I could probably do more, well, less angled slopes, but for now, like, I think these would work because, to tell you the truth, less angled slopes would require way more tiles, and honestly, I'm only working with a limited 16 color palette right now for my map, which also I should show you what I have for my map editor. Okay, so basically what I have for my map loader is basically this. Basically, it's supposed to pick colors from like an image. Like, for example, the one that I currently have set up is 16 by 9, which, to show you, GMTK config, Dumpy's Fruits Going Vegetables. There we go. Yeah, I know, I put most of my engine work inside a folder called Dumpy's Fruits Going Vegetables. You can criticize me later about this. Okay. Man. Remember the old Windows Photo Viewer? How great that program was? Yeah, this is nowhere near close. Yeah, this is what 16 by 9 looks like. But, you know what? It's a good way to save the excellent condition. Oh no, it's still streaming. Okay, there we go. After YouTube complained, it now officially is boosting back up again. Ugh. It's not receiving enough to maintain smooth streaming. Oh, sheesh. I wonder if Windows Photo Viewer is in here. Let's see. Open with Paint, Snip, Sketch, another app, Paint 3D, Snip and Sketch. On this PC, let's see. Can we find Windows Photo Viewer, please? Oh. Well, sheesh, that sucks. Okay, why is my bitrate... Oh, no! My bitrate's doing fine! Why on earth is YouTube having problems? Ay, ay, ay. Just so you know, the internet... The reason why this stream ended up being today instead of yesterday, because I originally was going to do it yesterday, was because the internet went out. Inconveniently. Yeah, I know. It was no fun. Okay, I wonder if it's just me streaming this. Is that what's causing the problem? Is that what's causing the problem here? Is it because of the background music that I have going on? Apparently so, I guess. Well, I guess we're not listening to Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story. Guys, I'm sorry. I'll just close out of Firefox then. Over here, anyway. Over here, I'll still keep it open because, you know, this is where I got most of my stuff monitored. And I guess we're just going to have to listen to Perfect Reflections again. Okay, multimedia, strawberry. There it is, strawberry. Okay, we're not listening to Mission Statement. Unfortunately, it is copyrighted. I mean, as much as I would love to say, Weird Al, enjoy the money, it's just, you know. That's a little loud for me. Hopefully it's not too loud for you guys. Okay, there we go. Got it. Okay, well, anyway. So as I was saying, yeah, basically this just reads a map that's basically reads every pixel, and basically you can just turn it into a full-on map. And you know what? To tell you the truth, actually, yeah, if you're creative enough and if you think you could do it, you could create entire worlds with this engine and have it take up a small amount of space, you know? Or at least that's the basic idea. So basically, like, if you wanted to make, like, a very large, seamless, open world, you could do that. Like, you could put it all within, like, what was the common resolution? 1080 by 920? Yeah, 1080 by 920 image, and you know what? Just have a big open world for your character to explore, you know? I mean, that's kind of the whole basic idea behind the character map and using just an image to do it, or a rather small image that measures pixel by pixel. Of course, this could mean that there might be a little bit of lag when it comes down to loading the world, though, because it's gonna have to take its time to measure out every single pixel and go like, okay, this goes here, 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 and this goes here. You know? But, yeah. Like I said. And then, of course, also you can use that very same exact data for collision data, too. I also have it listed underneath here for character control. No, not character control. Actually, to tell you the truth, I really do need to make adjustments to the character control thing here, because it really is not the best. But the character object here, I also managed to get an accelerating camera, and a camera that stops right on the dot when it needs to, actually, now. And yes, I know this is hard to look at, but, you know, this is basically how I got most of this stuff to work, if I want to say so. I mean, however, I haven't been able to get acceleration values to work with the player yet without having to use some sort of external piece of thing that I have to define at least 3 or 4 times, so that I'm still figuring out. But in other words, yeah. Okay, so anyway, I need to start working on the character controller because I do need to test this little thing out too. I also probably should test out my idea for slopes too, so I'm going to need to call in the function for hashtag include character object. There we go. Character control is already defined underneath character object, so I don't need to redefine it again underneath this file. Underneath the window manager file. So anyway, we're gonna go... What was it called again? Characters! There we go, characters, okay. Characters, and we're just gonna call this test char. Because why not? Okay, and then I think I'm also gonna have it set up so that my character is also set up too. Where is it? Camera, character object, there we go. Let's see, what was it? Size, set color, halfway, collision. Okay then, so yes, I'm gonna go... test.char. Test.char dot character create. Wait, what? Why does it say load map? What? Oh wait, no, never mind. I'm reading that wrong. Char create. Set color, size. Okay, so basically vector to F. And we're just gonna go... I only have it 40 by 40. Let's just go 32. Okay, I really hate this computer for not having the numlock on by default. I had a setting set on the BIOS itself to automatically turn on numlock. And every single time, numlock gets turned off for some dumb reason. Yeah! It's like, good grief. Good grief. 32 by 32. There we go. Let's just make this a... Oh, 23. Let's just make this a perfectly square object, but you don't have to if you don't want to. That's the beauty about the engine. Color, I think I'm just going to go color... Color pal... Color pal... No! Color... I'm having frustrations with IntelliSense here. Give me a second here. As I recall my cool and cool my calm and, you know, what color should I make the main character, guys? Hey, guys, what color should I make the main character, huh? Should I make him something distinct? Did I have a Ford Never Die Green in my color palette? Why did I think that? You know what Ford Never Die Green, the alternative name to Ford Never Die Green is, right? Okay, that's not the right GIMP. I don't think this is... Ah, shoot. Okay. I don't know why I have two different versions of GIMP on here. I just do. Wait, what? Okay, yeah, no, I don't have a Ford Never Die Green on here. Let's, but we'll have to make it something unique. You know what? We'll go lime green. How about that? Whoops. I got it. Lime green. There we go. Oh, wait, and I still need to do halfway collision, which I'll set to true. There we go. I'll just set that to true, so that way the collision's halfway, so that basically it would probably work out a little bit better with the slopes. Okay, now I just need to figure out a rotation method for when it hits the collision point of the slopes, but I'll worry about that when I worry about that. I think I'll probably start by making collision definer using the test room object. Unfortunately, though, I'm also going to have to call test room within the character object. Well, I mean, well, not test room, but I need to do the make room. But no, not the make level, but the read that. .h file inside the character object file, so why is this freaking out? No storage, class, or type specifier, class, expected a semicolon. Why do you need a semicolon after that? Is this literally showing up as an error? Expected semicolon. Why does it need a semicolon? No. What? Huh? What? What? Okay, now it's gone! Like, you deleted the semicolon, and now the error's gone! Microsoft, what's going on here? Ah! Hold on. Popped up with an error. Not enough video to maintain smooth streaming. No, that should be enough. It's still over 8,000 kilobits. I don't know what you're talking about. I'll probably just open up a tutorial page for SFML, though, if I ever need to look anything up on a dime. Okay, now, there's a reason why I don't have the transformable here, is because, yeah. But I also need to set it up so that each and every character collision will be defined. You know, one thing I probably could do, too... Though, granted, I'll have to do it after GMTK though, because for now I think this will have to work for because right now this is what readdat does. It basically just returns a number depending upon where it's at. So like 1, 2, 3. Wait, why did I set it as a constant? Oh wait, that's right. I couldn't get it to work with anything else. Okay, yeah. But I mean, I think it shouldn't affect it if I just used it anywhere else. So we'll just we'll just run with it. Character control, character object. Right now I'll have to define the character controls a little bit more. Also, I was thinking about setting up a controller file too, so that basically it will define the controls for both keyboard and mouse, and also we'll define a set of controls for a gamepad as well, hopefully sometime in the near future, since SFML still has absolutely terrible gamepad support, and unfortunately it is a part of their future. Fortunately, it is a part of their future roadmap to include better gamepad support. I'm just kind of AOL on that one. It's just, I have to define my own coordinates in game controls, and it kind of sucks. It kind of sucks. But, you know, like, it only sucks when you have, like, maybe 3 different types of controllers. One of them you can emulate a whole bunch of them because of a specialized dongle, but even then they don't read properly. And you also have one that does Xbox or direct input only. Yeah, I'm not made out of money and I can't afford every kind of controller, you know? Oh, yes, and then not to mention some of my Switch controllers, I can connect it up to my PC, but they don't read as Switch controllers. They read as Xbox controllers. So, yeah. Yeah. But anyway. Void. Collide handling. There we go. Okay, so what I need is room dat. What did I call that? Read data. Okay. Read data. Oh, and I also need an ampersand too because I am calling a class. There we go. Do I need anything else? I probably don't. Maybe besides a few booleans. Oh yeah, did I also remember to draw my character too? Nope, I did not. Draw. Chest pop. There we go. I know, this is not exactly how I'm going to try and make a final game with this, because, I mean, this is terrible. And ignore the big, huge mouse cursor on my screen! Is it getting bigger, or is it just me? Okay, look, I have a lot. I gotta have a bit of fun here, okay, guys? Sorry. Ugh. My back wisdom tooth has been hurting since the 4th of July, so I don't know what I exactly did with it. I think it might have been a taco I was eating, but I'm not quite sure. Okay, there we go. There's the main character. Just that little small green square in this corner of the screen. Yeah, it needs to be brought over here. No worries, I'll adjust position soon. Give me a quick second. I need to get some mouthwash. Ugh, it's starting to hurt bad. And then some ibuprofen to help ease the pain. Whoops, probably should turn off the lights so that happened though. I'm using enough energy as it is. Though, to be fair, I mean, honestly, though, most of my lighting is actually being provided by the wonders of natural nature outdoors, so, you know, there is that at least, but, you know, there is some background lighting that I got going on right now, and there's also the color lighting down here. Not that it's really displaying too much on camera, but, you know. So, yeah, I modify my desk just to, Anyway, hopefully I'm not boring you guys. Okay, so camera, character object, okay, collision camera. Need that. Actually, maybe I should... Actually, you know what? I have an idea. I also probably should set up an enum. Whoops, actually... Call it collision. There we go. And then we're just going to set up the type of collisions that we're going to have. We're just going to go top down. Platform. Space. I'm sorry, I'm trying to think of other forms of collision that we probably could need for a character. I mean, I'm not quite ready to do 3D environments yet. I still haven't necessarily figured out how to do that yet. I'm not that advanced. Someday I'll get to 3D environments. Someday. But for now, I'm just going to stick with 2D. You know, just keep it simple to start and then, you know, work your way up. You know, improve yourself gradually, step by step. One step at a time. Oh, at least I can... There we go. There we go. So, basically, like I said, we're doing this one step at a time. We are working at it gradually, trying to make things go up. There. Okay. You know what? I got an idea. I'm gonna go to the Discord with some local folks, and I'm just gonna go... So... I can... SYSTEM. So I'm creating a collision system. Oh, collision is spelled with 2 L's and not with 1. I knew I was misspelling it. And 2 I's, apparently. Collision system. Going to also Drop down. And RPGs. Platformers, duh. Platformer. Platforming. D-U-N-G-O Dungeon. And space. Games and to make space core. Okay, I don't think anybody's really seeing what I'm texting here, but I'm out. Actually, now that I think about it, maybe I should also make my collision points private, too. If I'm going to be able to contain it all within the class. Then again, maybe I should just keep them public. Because, you know, here's the thing, too. Like, there are some games out there that are probably just never going to require this, but still would need a character controller. Like, for example, if I were to need to create... Like, if I were to create, I don't know, example... Five Nights at Freddy's clone. Or, wait a second, actually, the point-and-click adventure game would also be an excellent thing to bring up. Like Cavalry Boy Man, actually. Actually, it probably would be better to keep those points external, wouldn't it? For stuff like that, because then, of course, I can customize it freely to whatever I want. So, I'll just have collision handling set up for handling the collision depending upon what you choose, but you could also not use it, just go for the points directly. I think I could probably make that work. Because, you know, okay, to give you a bit of an idea of what I got going on here, let's see, let's open up GIMP here. We're just going to go new, we're going to create a new image, we're going to go... What would be the best size to demonstrate this? We'll go 33 by 33. Because I can find an easy center with that one. Okay, so I'm going to bring this over here now, and I'm going to show you what I'm trying to do here. So basically, when it comes down to it, for collision, I have two sets of ways that you can define. Two sets of ways to define these points. Basically, this is the reason why I put the true down, is because first of all, actually tell you the truth. Okay, let's see here, 32. So that'd be 14. Actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, maybe let's just reduce the size of this image. Canvas size. There we go. Just down 1 pixel. There we go. There we go. Okay. So, anyway. We were saying? Anyway, so basically, this is the idea. So basically, right now, with how it's currently set up, these are... There we go. Well, okay. It's more like this. I think I might have messed up here somewhere. Give me a quick sec, guys. Give me a quick sec. There we go. Okay, so basically these are the collision points for the main character right now. Basically being defined by these 4 specific points. However, if I didn't go for center collision, then of course these would be the collision points. Meaning that it would be more of a defining box. I mean, I guess I could have 6, but I feel like that's a waste of resources if you ask me. So, I mean, I think it would be more definable with 4, really, because then, of course, when you wanted to do something like, for example, the slopes. Actually, you know what? Let's fire up the program to show you. Give me a second. So yeah, basically like the slopes over here. Like basically if the player was right over here and the collision point was like right here and right here, then of course basically it would know to rotate the character up. That was the kind of the basic idea of having them centered. It would probably work out really well for a platformer, but for like a regular point and click adventure game, I would definitely have to use the 4 corners instead of the center, only because of the fact that it would be, well, more beneficial in a way, if I had to say anything. Because actually, maybe then again, I don't know where on earth it could be more beneficial. I mean, again, it could be useful to have all 6 points working, but again, like for a platformer's sake, if I wanted to do a slope curve, it probably would be far more beneficial, because if I'm gonna do this, I might as well just create a new layer. Gonna go 50% here for a demonstration. I just want to show you what I'm thinking of, okay, guys? I don't want to try to be like one of those boring guys who, you know, like for example, if you have a curve, like, okay, that was terrible. Okay, so like if you have a curve like this, these 2 points would be definitely intersecting on it. And, well, actually would be intersecting within that block right there, which of course I would have to define like this. I'm gonna do another one, and I'm just gonna put this one down as 25. Oops, not 50, 25. There we go. I'm gonna set a different color for this. I don't want black though. Let's go for a rather interesting color. Let's go for rose. I very rarely use rose. There we go. So basically, yeah, that's basically how it's going to be intersecting inside that block. It will be detecting that very slope, which would know, hey, both these curves are in this block. We need to rotate the character. So, of course, it will start automatically rotating the character. Though, granted, I could have it as a snap, but that would be very jarring and people would notice. I mean, I could try and do it a little more gradually, but here's the issue. That's going to take a little bit more effort than I thought. Then it's going to take some effort. But it could work. Wait a second, don't I have a... Well, no, I still have to define it as a... Yeah, I would still have to define it externally, though, somehow, in some way, for the acceleration value. Again, that's the biggest issue with trying to do acceleration values within... Yeah, that's kind of the biggest issue about trying to define your own acceleration values outside of character controls and classes, because when you try to do that, you still need to define the very thing that you're working with over and over and over again. And honestly, I don't want to do that. Because, you know, this is the whole idea for... Okay, I'll show you. The whole idea behind return value, the return value header. Basically, this is supposed to help return a value for whatever and wherever. However, when it comes down to it, the check difference one barely works. I don't know why. Also, I haven't been able to get the accelerate one to work out very well either. So, like, the only ones that I'm probably going to be using is... Actually, I can barely get lerp to work too. I don't know why. But I am able to get the percent to work, and I am able to get frame value to work. So at least there's something there. Like, lerp, I don't know how to use, I don't know how to interpret, and I don't know where to use it. For step, basically I have an idea of how to use it and where to use it, but it's not going to be necessarily used for like gameplay elements and such, because it's dumb. It is stupid. Basically, all it is just returning a 1 or a 0 if the trigger is set to true or false, which, you know, if that's the case, I might as well just have it return the trigger. But, and then of course in that case it makes me wonder why on earth I even have this in the first place. I'm not even going to erase it though, because I still feel like I might need it under some sort of bizarre circumstances. Wait a second. But a Boolean operator doesn't have to be exactly a true or false. A Boolean operator can also be defined like this. Okay, I'm just going to show you a quick little example here. Give me a quick second here. Cool. Let's see. Int. Example. Example variable equals 1. You know. Okay, I know, that's still returning a true, but you know what? When it comes down to it, or, well, actually, if you did that, then of course it'd be 3. It'd still be returning a true, or a false, depending upon if it's less or greater than 3. But if it equals 3, then of course it would activate this trigger. So in this case, it's not exactly a 1-to-1 thing, and I'm not quite sure if that would work either. But I know you can define other objects like that just by using that, and I wouldn't be surprised if Google works like that. Would it? You know what? You guys want to experiment around just a little bit? I want to see if this works. Return value is actually defined upon amongst all of it, because if anything has the header mang value, then yeah. Okay, so we're just gonna go. We're just gonna set it as a const int. We're just going to set const test value. We're going to set it to 3. There we go. And then we're just going to go cout. Step. Cool. Test value equals 3. No. Okay, actually, you know what? Kind of debug. See what this is saying about the error. Initial value must be a non-const and be a value. Okay then. Well, what if we just got rid of the bool? And just did test value equals 3. Would that work? Nope. Oh wait, that's because I'm working with a const over there too. Yeah. Nope. Okay, I guess we'll just make it a non-constant. There we go. Still returning an issue of non-const must be a value. Okay then, well I guess it's not gonna work. No, I know there's a way of making this work. There must be. I'll mess around with it later. Now's not the time to do that. We'll just not worry about the step thing here. So anyway, so back to collision handling. So basically what we're just going to do is we're going to go... Actually, okay, so... Nobody's responded yet to that, and tell you the truth... Okay, I think we're just going to stick with the top-down platform and space for now, but if there's anything else, hopefully people will come up with something. Alright, so we're just gonna save all this, and then of course we can go collision handling. We're gonna go... Wait a second, I need to find the enum. And actually, you know what? I can define it outside so people can... Then again... Okay, I think this might be better outside of this. I think it would be better if it's non-private, would it? Wouldn't it? We'll just set it down to platform for now. Okay, so we're gonna go switch SWITCH. BREAK case characters platform Gotta remember which one I set 0.0 at. Okay, 0. Okay. I gotcha. Wait a second, I did something wrong here. Okay, so... Want to know what I wanted? And want to know what I did? Okay, so here we go. We're just gonna pick another layer. Okay. We're just gonna go... This is supposed to be 0.1. This is 0.2. Sorry if it looks like a book. This is supposed to be 0.3. This is 0.4. Now, want to know what I actually did? So let's see here. Let's take from the points. Halfway x, point y. So this one is actually still 0.0. So this is still 0.1. So that's still accurate. But, take our next point. Point x, 0, point y, halfway y. This is 0.2. I think you're starting to see where I failed here. Halfway x, size y. This is 0.3. I sort of went counterclockwise. With my thinking here. Because this would be 0.4 then. Yeah, this would be 0.4. So, I made a slight mistake here. 2 is supposed to be over here, which means that it's supposed to be size X, and... Did I actually do one that has size X on it? No, I did not. So basically, there's one point that's halfway X, halfway Y. Okay, size Y. Okay, so this is in the right position. This one should be X. There we go. And halfway Y. Then 0.2 should be halfway X, size Y. And then 0.3 should be... Okay, no. Okay, yeah, there we go. I think that's it. There we go. This one should be right across the screen from away from it. This one should be halfway across that. Okay, there we go. And then this one is basically, yeah, basically where it should all be going. And then this one, it's like if the halfway collision is not turned on, then of course in that case that would mean that, yeah, 0, 0 for 0.1, 0.2 would be so the full on size, but 0 for Y, full on size for X, full on size for Y, 0 for 3, but Y for full on size. So yeah, okay, there we go. We got it. We got it. We got it. We got it. I'm gonna discard changes to that. It's starting to look like a mess. But we'll open up another 32 by 32 image though, just in case. Okay. Okay, but we're not going to go 0.0. We're going to go 0.2. Point 2 dot x dot y divided by 40. Position not apply plus equals double Well, actually I have to see this in action. Test room, there we go. And then there we go. We'll have to see this in action. Let's see if this works. I doubt it will, but you know. Actually, hold on for a second. There we go. There we go. Now we got it. Now it should work. Let's see. We fire this up, the character should just fall straight to the ground. Or not even appear at all. There we go. Hopefully this works. We all saw that, right? Like, we all saw that thing just go right straight through the ground. I think I might have it going a little too fast here. We'll just go 1. There we go. I feel like I could do better with this. Oh wait. Oh yeah, I think I know what's going on here now. There we go. Now it should work. I feel like I'm overthinking things. Nobody's really watching. I don't know. Should I just end this stream? I mean, help. I'm having that moment of external crisis because, you know what? When it comes down to it, it's like, yeah, nobody's watching. I mean, it's good to know that my new Wi-Fi card works at least. Man, it's going to be a little bit difficult when I get in the GMTK. There isn't that many people joining this year, too, if you haven't noticed. If anybody hasn't noticed. I mean, technically, when it comes down to it, there's only like maybe 20,000 people joined right now. 22,000. 22,000 people joined. And compared to the previous years, like, that isn't much. Like, that is significantly smaller compared to previous years, so I don't think anybody was as excited for it this year as they were last year. Oh man, and I can't believe we're almost 2 weeks away from it now, too, at this point. Holy cow, where did the time go? Am I going to be able to get this done in time is my question, for template reasons, of course. Sorry, didn't get that much sleep last night. Actually, I've been barely getting any sleep at all. I don't know why. I just haven't been. Yeah, I think I'll end the stream here. I mean, yeah, what I got wasn't too bad overall. I mean, I'll stop the music. Here we go. Oops, didn't mean to go into that. Yeah, well, hopefully I'll have my rooster feathers all figured out. I really do need a haircut. My hair's starting to develop a mind of its own at this point. So anyway, if you like this video, please be sure to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and comment down below. And I'll see you all in the next video. Let's see. Is this thing caught up to me? We'll make sure before... Okay, yeah. No. Yeah, it's pretty much caught up. So anyway, like I said, if you like this video, please be sure to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and comment down below. And I'll see you all in the next video. This is Supercholatemilkshake, signing off.